Formula One Philosophy is back for our annual tradition of the over-under. With such a resounding hit last year, Sean and I were showcased on Polymarket, on BetMGM, CNN, Fox News. We were everywhere talking about our over-unders. So we thought we'd bring it back this year. Because it was just I'm just getting that it was so popular, Sean. That's what I was trying to say. Yeah.
No, I got it. I got the reference.
Yeah, okay, good. Yeah. You remember over-unders where I'm going to give a line. And this year we're going to keep track like we did last year. I forget who won last year. It's no point bringing up who did.
It was me.
Oh, was it? No, I don't remember that.
By a landslide.
Probably wasn't important. Okay. So, yeah. I have how many this year? 1, 2, 3, 6, 9, 12. Oh, that's right. I have 20. I got 20 on the dot. 20 on the dot. Last year we did last year we did 33. If you remember.
We did not do 33 last year.
We did a lot. We did 2 per team. And like some teams we skipped like 2. If I remember correctly. This year I kept it at 20. We don't want this going on forever. Yeah. We'll do it quick though. All right. Ready, Sean?
Ready.
Over under 11.5 points finishes for Alpine.
How many races do we have in a season?
We have 24, and I would just like to give a reference here. In 2025, they scored points 7 times, including sprints. So we'll include sprints in the 11.5.
Okay. Well, then they're going to go over.
Yeah?
They're going to go over because of that engine. It might all be Gasly, but they're going to go over.
That's the caveat, right? That's what I'm wondering. But I think I'll go over as well. I think you're right. All right. Good start.
Right?
Good start. All right. Over under 8th place in the constructors for Audi. You can push. You can remember, you can push.
Yeah. 8th place puts them 4 off the bottom.
Yeah, they'll be the 4th worst team.
Yeah. I think that's a good place for them. It's a Sauber-esque place. In their first year, yeah, I'll push that.
I think the bottom this year is going to be a big talking point. I think there's going to be a lot of competition there. And without spoiling my predictions, I don't know if they'll slide into 8th. So I think I'm going to go under that. I'm going to go under 8th place. Might be 9th, might be lower, but yeah, I think there's going to be a scramble, and they have Nico Hülkenberg. So
okay,
you would say they have Nico Hülkenberg, therefore, yeah, it's two sides of that coin.
Well, no, haven't you heard, Nick? The Audi engine sounds amazing. It's the loudest one in the paddock.
I'm sure it won't blow up.
91 decibels.
I'm sure it won't blow up at any point in time. Yeah.
Nick, it hit 91 decibels.
Therefore, it's perfect. You're right.
Right? For the record, everything else hit 90.
Oh, okay.
And for those who don't know, the human ear can't hear and can't distinguish less than 3 decibels. So to tell the difference between 90 and 91 is impossible for a human.
What animal?
And also, it's the... I don't know.
Ah, okay. And
but
also...
that sound level is dangerous to human hearing. So for anybody who wants louder engines, not a great idea.
Tinnitus is a real thing, people.
Take it from someone who has it.
Yeah. Same.
It sucks.
Yeah. Piggybacking off of Audi, over under 24.5 races for Nico Hülkenberg in Formula One. His contract ends at the end of 2027.
Wait, what?
This is going off of the talk Bonotto had before the 2025 season, where they were talking about buying Hülkenberg out.
I didn't hear about this. But let's recap the question again, because I'm not sure I got it correctly.
Okay. Over under 24.5 races in Formula One for Nico Hülkenberg. 2 years left in his contract. So if you're going over, you're saying he races in 2027.
Which is a very, very ridiculous way to put it because he's had more than 24.5 races in F1.
Okay,
This
left.
is maybe you not being able to speak English.
24.5 races for Nico Hulkenberg in F1 from this season. So does he race this season?
24.5 races left in F1 for Nico Hulkenberg.
You can say that, sure. Yeah.
Over. I don't know the conversation you're referring to with Bonotto and buying out Hulkenberg's contract, but I think you're underestimating the power of the Germans.
It's a good point. They need a German driver, I think. This is going to be one of those teams where there has to be at least one German driver.
Yeah.
Yeah. I lost so badly last year that I want to be a dick and say under, but I want to be a dick. But for the sake of competition, I will go over as well. There may be talk if it's really bad, if Audi's really bad, there may be some talk again that might be brought back up. Might be a question, what do we need him anymore? Is he washed up? But I don't know if they're going to be that bad. But yeah, go on.
The question is there a German in the wings?
Yeah, a real option? No. There's one, but we don't speak his name on this podcast anymore.
Yeah, he's not a real option, though, is he?
No, that's what I said, yeah.
I bet they take Sophia Flourish before they take him.
Wow. Wow. You know, Michael listens to this podcast, okay? Apparently he watches F1 races still. That means he's listening to Formula One Philosophy. So you might get some hate mail.
I mean, knowing what we know about Michael's personality, he might agree with me, Nick.
Oof.
Just putting it out there.
To be a fly in the wall in Michael's house when Mick is back home. Okay. Next one. Over under 19.5 points for Cadillac this season.
I see what you did there.
Combined both Sergio and
I assumed you picked 19.5 because Alpine got 20 last year in last place.
That's not why I did it, but it's interesting to see where both of our minds went with that question.
Okay. So 24 races, 22 cars, the odds of them getting the same amount of points as Pierre Gasly last year starts to diminish because they haven't changed the point structure. As much as I don't want to see them at the back, given what we've seen in testing, they do seem to be the team that's, let's say, trying to catch up. I don't want to say struggling, but they're clearly a new team. So I'm going to say under. I hope I'm wrong.
Yeah. In my mind, I'm thinking 2023 point spread, where 7th place got 28 points, Williams. Right? And then I think 6th Alpine, got like 90 something. I think there's going to be a spread like that.
I mean, in all likelihood, it's going to be bigger than that because it's a new regulation set. I just don't want it to be that big.
We were spoiled by the last 2 years because the grid was so close. We got like some really tight battles.
Yes.
It's not going to be like that this year. So
It's fucking better, Nick.
I doubt it. It's not a bad thing. This is just new regulations. The first year of a new regs, like there's going to be an adjustment period. Do I think in like the last 10 races they could figure something out and get a surge of points? That's what I'm thinking with Cadillac.
Okay.
And so I'm going to go over.
All right.
And I think that might be one of the boldest calls I make this year. But I can't see Perez just getting nothing right all year. And Bottas will probably have a few good races too.
Mm-hmm.
That's what their experience is for. So yeah, I'm going to go over, and that's a tough call.
Yep.
All right. Piggybacking on something we said in Toss Up, those have already listened to that one. Over under 11.5 races for Franco Colapinto this season.
I mean, Doohan got what? 5?
6.
6? 6 because it was inconvenient, really.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry, let me... 11.5 races for Colapinto, right?
Mm-hmm.
What does Colapinto bring to the team?
Money.
What does Flavio worship more than anything else?
Money.
All right. So there's your answer. He goes over.
I think he also worships 90s Heidi Klum. But after the year 2000, that was it. Okay, sorry.
Well, yeah, he was married to Heidi, and then, kind of like Leonardo DiCaprio. They all have an expiry date, right?
God, if I didn't have a daughter, the things I would say on this podcast. Okay, I'm gonna have to delete the old episodes. Yeah, that's a good point. It's hard to argue against it. Do I think so? If I'm going under, do I think Franco is that bad this season? Do I think he's that much worse than potentially a good car? I don't know. I think I have to go over, but it's a good question to ponder. So yeah, go on.
Sorry, in my mind, he's got to be pretty fucking bad for Flavio to kick him to the curb.
Fuck, because okay, if there's 4 good Mercedes engines, potentially 2 good Red Bull engines, potentially a good Ferrari eventually, right? That does box him out every weekend. If every team is scoring points, that could potentially box him out every weekend of points. Is he good enough to overcome that?
You're not considering unreliability.
Yeah.
You're not considering the more driver-focused nature of these cars, right? Similar to what Leclerc said. If you have someone who stalls out on the line, think of old F1 from the 90s, the 80s. Someone stalls out on the line, someone runs into the back of them. You can easily have a 3, 4, 5 car pileup before this race even starts.
Yeah.
All it takes is for that to happen, and Colapinto's there, as long as he's not the one causing it.
That's a very good point. Yeah, I'll stick with the over then.
Okay.
All right. I'm going to skip one because I think we kind of answered it in toss-up, so I don't want to repeat it. But it was 24.5 races for Lawson in F1. Yeah. Let's skip that one. Okay. Over under 4.5 points finishes for Arvid Lindblad.
I mean, that Racing Bull seat is always a bit iffy. The car seems to yo-yo a bit historically. I would have really liked to see Yuki in that car all season last year to prove me wrong on that. But as a rookie, new regulations, it's potentially closer to F2 than it was. I'm going to go over. I'm not thinking he's going to get a lot of points, but 5 points finishes over 24 races could be doable.
Yeah, I think I'm going to compare him to Zhou, and I think Zhou got 4 in his first season, even though it only amounted to 8 points or something like that. And Bottas in the same car got 56 or something like that, if I remember correctly. This is 2023. So even if he's bad, he could still get something. But he wasn't very good in F2, to your point. And I'm going to be a hater. And I'm going to go under.
All right.
I just think, just based back to I know you made a good point against it, but I think there's just going to be too many cars in the field, and he's not very good on any given day. He's going to need an unreliability type of day. And you only get 1 or 2 of those a season.
It's a new reg set, Nick.
Prove me wrong. I'm not saying he can't. I'm just saying he's guilty until proven innocent. All right. Let's run this one back from last year. Over under 0.5 do not starts for Lance Stroll.
You've lowered the bar.
Did we do more than that last year?
I thought we did 2, like 1.5. I might be wrong, but no, because he only didn't start one race last year, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, no, so that would have been. Yeah, no, let's keep it rolling.
Ditto. We're both going over.
I don't know. Am I going over?
I'm going over.
You're going over.
Because I went under last year. I was nice to him, and I got dinged for it.
But let's play the stats here, Nick. How likely are we to get this for, a fourth year in a row?
He's a baby.
Think,
The car's bad one weekend. He doesn't feel like it. He has an injury that they don't want to talk about. 24 races. 24 chances.
So it's a 6% chance on the fourth year. It's not an ideal stat, but I'm going to go under. I think it's probably more likely that he just gives the fuck up.
It's a good
Just
point.
says, I'm done. Retires mid-season. Retires mid-weekend.
And
gets
all
to Canada and is like, fuck it, I'll walk home.
and all of F1 will rejoice.
Yeah.
I got burnt on that last season, just reminding you. All right, next one. Over under. So this is we're answering it twice. Sorry, just lost thing there. We're answering it twice. Over under 2.5 podiums for Carlos Sainz and over under 0.5 podiums for Alex Albon. So this is same question. Do you think Sainz gets 3 Grand Prix podiums this year, or do you think Albon gets a podium this year?
Grand Prix podiums?
Yeah,
or podiums in general?
Let's go Grand Prix. Let's not count this
For both?
Yeah, for both.
I'm going to go under for Sainz.
Wow.
I like him. I want him to do good. But this year is going to be a shit show for everybody. The cars are proving to be relatively reliable, but I have a feeling this is short focus preseason reliability. Right, we saw it in 22 with the new cars where Red Bull came out and had all sorts of issues at the beginning in 22.
Yes.
But all through testing, they were bulletproof. Right, and they weren't the only ones. So let's be a little cautious here. I am going to go over on the Albon one, though. I think if he's going to get one, this is probably the best place to start. A little unreliability wouldn't hurt him, from other people at least.
Yeah. That's an interesting take. And it's a good point you make. My instinct, my original thought at least was I think it's going to be over for both. I'm kind of bullish on Williams this season without spoiling too much. But I kind of like that cheeky take. Sainz just he can get 2 and Albon gets 1, and it's a successful season for them. That's a cheeky take. Yeah. Interesting.
I mean, it's a very Sean take, but yeah.
I'm going to stick with my gut and go over for both.
All right.
I think, and yeah, we're going to skip another one because I'm looking at it now. So there's only going to be 18. There's another one. The more we talk this out, this one is ridiculous, so I'll tell you off camera what it is. All right. Over under 0.5 wins for Ferrari this season.
GP wins?
GP. We can do, we'll say either if to go over on this, you would need 2 sprint wins or 1 Grand Prix. Sorry, I missed that note. I was looking right at it and I missed it.
Okay. 2 sprint or 1 GP. I'm going to hope that they go over. For as much as I hate Ferrari and I don't think that they're worth the hype that they get, they should at least be up there. I'm going to go over.
Going over doesn't mean they have a good season.
No, and that's exactly it. We're talking 1 win. 1 win in 24.
Yeah. Which they didn't get last year.
This could be, right, this could be a Turkey 21 situation, right, where you have 10 cars finish the fucking race.
All right. I want to go under so badly, but I think you're right. I can't see them missing 2 years in a row, right? When was the last time they did that?
They're Ferrari.
Long time ago.
It could happen. They haven't hit rock bottom yet, Nick.
I completely agree with you.
And even when they do, they can still start blasting.
Fuck it. Let's go under. Let's be that. Let's be them.
There you go.
Yeah, I know you think it's going to be over, so Nick should go the other way. There's got to be some divergence with us.
I mean, if you just take my answer the whole time, of course, it's not going to be anything entertaining.
Correct. Yeah, this season might be bottom, but we'll talk more about that in our predictions. All right, next one. Over under 5.5 points finishes for Fernando Alonso this year. And I have a note. In 2015, the first year of McLaren Honda, he got 2.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And what did their preseason testing tell us that year?
I don't remember. That's a you question.
I wouldn't have been able to watch it then, but I remember comments about it and the way the season unfolded. They were seconds behind. And there were issues.
Oh, wow.
Did you happen to catch how far behind Aston Martin was?
Stroll said over 4 seconds.
4.5 seconds.
Jesus Christ.
And that was their average.
Oh, my God. So there were push laps in there is what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. Honda is not allowing them to run the engine at full speed. So they're like 2,000 or 3,000 RPM down on everybody else. Apparently the car is unbalanced.
Wow.
So with all of that, knew he might be able to overcome it. Honda will eventually let them crank it up. I'm not concerned about that. This is something Honda does. We even saw it in practice last year. But with 2 drivers who are incapable of learning new things and cars that are very new and very challenging, it's not going to happen. Like, we're talking 6 races where Fernando finishes in the points. He did 8 last year?
Yeah, it wasn't much.
He did not have a good year last year. So he can't. I don't see any way that this season ends with him getting 6 points finishes.
So you're going under.
Yep.
I'm torn because I think towards the end of the season they'll be bottom of the midfield. Let's put it that way. That's where I'm thinking they go. Which means like a couple of 10th places. I'll go over for the sake of argument. I think because I do think like we'll include sprints if that's okay. 6 points finishes including
that
sprints.
changes it.
Then no. Then if you were thinking Grand Prix, I'll think along your wavelength. We'll keep it in Grand Prix.
I want to say in general we're talking about Grand Prix, unless we have some specific rule like the Ferrari one.
Mm-hmm.
We should just focus on Grand Prix.
Okay, then yeah. So, fuck. So I'll go over, but just. I'll say 6 Grand Prix. I should have given leeway for a push here. I should have given leeway for a push here, but too late.
I mean, we can change it to 6
or 5. That's what I was thinking. Let's just keep it at 5.5. Let's make it spicy. I'm going over. You're going under.
Okay.
All right. Over under 51.5 points for Isaac Hadjar this year. So last year he got 51 at Racing Bulls. Do we think he gets more at the senior team this year?
What did Yuki get last year?
30. Not a lot.
Not a lot. I mean, testing means absolutely nothing, but we didn't see Isaac have any issues in testing, really. Everybody locked up. It happens. They're learning new things. But there were really no problems for him. And again, not too far removed from F2. Having to get on the gas to keep a turbo spooled is kind of what he knows. Which, now that I think about it, might be why he crashed out in Australia last year. But that's a different story. 51.5 points. I have to try not to get ahead of myself because you were concerned about what I was thinking points-wise last year in our over-unders. How could the teams be so close, and how could they have such high scores? So that was last year. This is this year. They're not going to be that high. It kills me to say it, but I'm not sure that he's going to get there.
Wow.
But I'm going to go over. I'm going to go over because he has to go over.
Yeah, that was quite the left turn you took at the last minute there.
Yeah.
Yeah, as much as I would love argument here, I've been thinking over too. I just think there's not as much pressure for him to be perfect, and I think if you're steady, you'll get over 52 points here.
Especially if that car is good, like it appears to be at this point.
Yeah, that's a big wild card in this, but it may be. I kind of hope it is just for the drivers' championship sake, but that means nothing. It means nothing for the second driver of Red Bull, but I think Isaac I think he'll be fine. We're both going over there.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Over under 6 wins for Max Verstappen.
He had 7 last year, right?
He had 8.
8. Right. We talked about that too. I'm going to push.
Bastard! You stole my move. Okay, so I'm gonna go under or over here. No matter where the car is this year, no matter where the engine is, I have faith in Max. And we saw over the course of 24 races that he can find something, even if it's towards the end. He won 6 of the last 9 races, right? It's hard to bet against him. It's hard to say he's going to have any less than 6, so I'm going to go over. And that's a bold claim because we don't know where this is going to be, and we don't know if he even wants to race after a certain point based on what he's saying. So, yeah, but I'm still going over. I think he's a good bet to win the drivers this year. That's all I'll say.
Sure. Doesn't mean he's winning much.
Good point.
Unreliability is a thing. And I'm sure you didn't pick up on it, but Red Bull's done something interesting with their turbo housings that might bite them.
What'd they do?
They are using sintered Inconel for their turbo housings. They're 3D printing Inconel turbo housings, which is great and can give them exactly what they want. But it's a very finicky technology. And if something's going to come up, it's going to be in there, I have a feeling.
Yeah.
And not sorry.
Go on.
Not to be that guy. Ford is the one putting those together for them.
That's what my point was about to be. They don't have Honda to fall back to like they did in 2022. They can't look at Honda's homework. They can't look at Honda's homework when things go wrong. Yeah.
Right. And Red Bull has largely developed that powertrain, but it all comes down to packaging, being able to package that turbo in a small, compact, complex environment. And Ford is using this as a development base for that technology. And Red Bull might suffer because of that.
Jesus.
It's a great technology if they got it right. But the smallest little defect in a turbo housing is going to destroy engines.
Is it Murphy's Law I'm thinking of, that anything that can go wrong will go wrong?
Yes.
Yeah, there you go. All right. Next one. Over under 4.5 wins for Lando Norris this year.
I'm going to say it's over. He has the momentum. And like we saw with his first Grand Prix win, once it happened, that was it. He was able to do it. He wasn't the same Lando anymore. So now that he's got a championship under his belt, now that the car still looks good, we haven't heard Lando whining this preseason. 5 wins, I think he can manage it.
There were a lot of twists and turns along the way to that first championship since that first win. From first win to the first championship, there were a lot of twists and turns. I know you talked about last episode how we kind of soured on Lando and it wasn't fair to him. But my thesis this year is not anti-Lando. It's more, I think McLaren lets Oscar fly. And I think if they let Oscar fly, it doesn't leave much room for Lando, who's okay with just getting 2 or 3 wins a year. He's that type of driver. He's not gonna be overly competitive. Remember, he's the nice guy. So I'm thinking he goes under this year. There's no pressure on him, and I think that may have helped his cause last year because there was a lot of pressure on him. The team rallied around him, helped him when they needed. Screwed Oscar in the process, but this year I think he's just going to be Lando again, and Lando can be up and down anywhere. That's my thought. So I'm going under.
Okay.
All right, and last one. Over under P2 in the drivers' standings for Oscar Piastri.
He was P3 last year?
Yes.
I mean, I want to push because I truly think he's going to be P2, but it seems like a bit of a cop-out. Fuck it. This is going to be my bold prediction. He goes over. Oscar for champion. It's in. Locked in. Got it.
Remember that when we do predictions.
Mm-hmm.
I had a feeling this would elicit this exact conversation between us. I'm hedging my bets this year, and I'm going under in the over-unders. In the over-unders, I'm going under for Oscar Piastri. He'll be less than P2.
You like being under, don't you, Nick?
Well, that hurt. Okay. Out of nowhere. How many beers deep are you?
2.
Yeah, okay. Usually beer 3 where those comments about me start coming out, so okay. Interesting.
You just make it so easy.
Yeah, thanks. Ouch. Okay. I got one more asshole one. Do you want to put this as like it's not part of the standings. We don't have to keep it. We don't have to keep tallies.
Well, let me hear what it is first.
Over under 24.5 races for Lewis Hamilton, Charles Leclerc, Fernando Alonso, Esteban Ocon, and Oliver Bierman at their respective teams.
I mean, that seems like it's impossible statistically for all that to happen.
Yeah.
How many drivers was that?
That was 5, yeah. We could break it down each individually, but like it's just such an asshole type of thing for me to say. Like, do I think either Hamilton's going to retire or Alonso's going to retire or Hamilton leaves, Leclerc leaves?
I mean, you're into 2023 territory where we had massive turnaround in the grid and, largest number of rookies in a decade.
Yeah.
Right. The odds of that happening again are not in your favor there.
Yeah. It is an interesting discussion, but we kind of had it in toss-up. So we'll just, we'll leave it. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, everybody. That was over-unders. Tell us what you think. We'd like to hear what you think that each individual over-under is. Send us your list to f1philosophypod@gmail.com, or you can comment in the YouTube section at F1Philosophy, or comment under our Instagram posts at F1_philosophy. We got one more set of preseason predictions coming, and then you have your treat for us. We got to get to that one for sure about a certain team.
Yes.
Yeah.
That won't be tonight, but we'll get there.
We will get there. Lot of content for preseason 2026 coming up. All right. Tell us what you think. Sean, you have yourself a good night.
You too.
All right. We'll talk
Bye,
later.
everyone.